I'm here to do our weekly showcase real quick. Okay, so got a couple things to show you. First of all, got a really cool digital camo 4x8 right here with MOLLE webbing on all the pockets. Looks pretty cool, and backpack straps. Suede on the back of the backpack straps there. Let's see what color we got on the inside for this one. This one has got a blue interior, 4x8. Looks pretty cool right there. Check it out. This one is for sale on the website. Let's see what the pockets look like in here. We got a full book pocket right here. Opens up like a book. We got space inside for extra pouches and all that stuff. Put it all in there. Look really good. Let's see what's in this pocket here. This one we got cell phone pocket. We got a little pocket here for pocket tray for accessories. So you can really kit out all your gear on this one. There we go, 4x8 digital camo, ACU, official ACU digital camo. Okay, this one here is pretty cool, white and yellow and black with backpack straps, says Vashon on the back. Fire department right here, stitched in very nicely. This one's got larger pockets on here so you can get a lot of stuff in there. Got a magnetic flap right here on this one, so easy to get into, get all the stuff out. Looks good. That's pretty cool. Then here I've got one in nylon with leather handles. This handle is very comfortable, by the way. Red and black theme. We've got a leather handle on top and very nice deep engraving right there for the initials, leather, and that's laser engraved, and it says J Blade on there. Let's see what color we have for this 4x8. As expected, it's red. Red 4x8 inside. Looks pretty cool. So this is really nice. Now, you'll notice here all the trim on here is leather. So all the trim is red leather, by the way. So normally it's black, but when we do a case like this, we go ahead and we make all the leather the same color so it looks even better on there. That's something you have to ask for at the moment. We don't tell you that we do it, we just do it. If you want it special, on another case you want the leather to be a different color for all the trim, all the stress points and everything, then you go ahead and D-ring holders, you go ahead and ask us and we'll quote you a price on that. But as part of the leather kit, when we do leather handles and everything, leather tops, we try to match all the leather pieces and make that look good. So here's another camo case, and this one says I think B Marcin on here in Old English font. I have a hard time reading the Old English fonts, but they look pretty cool. So this one's got a let's see if it's got safety orange inside as well. That's a 2x5. Looks really cool. You know, we make a lot of these nylon cases. We make a ton of these nylon cases because they're obviously going to have the most broad appeal from the affordability factor, but they're no less custom than the high-end leather cases that we do. Okay, this one here looks pretty cool. This is kind of a turquoise sky blue type case right here. It's got some pretty cool stitching on here. It says Lucky 13. Suerte. Look at the quality of that stitching on there. It says Garcia on the back. Blue zipper pulls here. Looks really awesome. Taller pockets. Towel ring. And let's see what color the interior is in here. What do you think? Is it purple? And it is blue. So it really looks cool there. That's kind of that tournament blue. Hides chalk really well on there. Okay. So then, also this one has a pocket tray right here, so let's take a look at that real quick. You know, I saw something the other day. There's a new case company in Germany, and these guys make beautiful cases. They make a butterfly style case, and it says on their website, it says engineered 4 players, and then I came across something else that said like engineered kind of by players. You know how that old saying goes, you know, people say made by players, for players, that type of deal. And one of the things I noticed was they had something like our pocket tray in their case. And you know, I always feel flattered when I see these things, but I also feel like a little bit of I don't know what I feel like that, because we got, you know, it's obviously a copy of what we did because nobody's done it before us. I created it. I'll admit it, I stole the idea from camera bags, because I always see the way camera bags are organized and they've got the dividers inside. So I thought that would be a good idea to do that for Q cases, and that's why I developed the pocket tray. So it's kind of neat when I see another company doing something like that. However, you know, on some level I know this is unrealistic, you know, but I do it. If if you go back through my stuff, you'll notice that I do a lot of giving credit when I take ideas from other sources, right? So once in a while, you know, I'd like to see one of these case companies, one of these pool cue case companies, give us some credit when for the ideas that they got from us. I don't think it's going to happen, you know, but it is nice once in a while to see it. Now, some of the smaller case makers, they do once in a while do that, and thank you guys. Anyway, these guys in Germany are making beautiful, they're making very pretty, high-end leather butterfly style cases. It's just that the way that they're made, a lot of the ideas that are in there, a lot of what they call the engineering for players, we actually came up with that engineering before they did. So I just want to make that clear, you know. A lot of people don't know that, you know, and then somebody comes along and they say, oh, look, JB Cases copied these guys, right? That's not the way it is. So I'm just setting the record straight. All right, this is a beautiful case right here. This has the Asian Zing kind of embroidery silk type fabric on here, and it's accented by the green here, and really nice kind of green stitching going on there. And let's see what color interior we have on this 4x8. Now, we can't always get this fabric, so it's a red fabric, matches the embroidery on the outside really nicely. We can't always get this fabric, so you know, when you see this online, these are very limited. So this was a special order, and we were able to do it. So anytime you see one online, just go ahead and call us up, or you can even go ahead and order it, and we'll let you know whether we can get the fabric or not. If we can't get the fabric, we will give you lots of options for alternatives, or at you know, worst case scenario, we just refund you your money and say sorry, you know, it's just one of those times when we couldn't actually do what you wanted because we don't have the material. But most of the time, you know, we're able to find it, and we try really hard to get it. Okay, now this case right here is really cool. This one has the handle on the opposite side that the handle normally is, and this is a blue case with it looks like a bunch of Harley Davidson stuff on here. So you got the Harley Davidson thingy here going on, and you got this logo, and then this says Lucky on here. Look how beautiful that embroidery is on there. This guy's a big Harley Davidson fan apparently. And this has a leather top, magnetic latch, and it has a spot for a cue ball right there. So the lid, you'll notice, is taller than normal. That way the whole cue ball can stay inside the lid, and it won't affect the cues. So that's why we do that. And then of course we have the magnetic latch right there. So that's pretty cool. I'm not sure what this deal is right here. I think it's a strap. It's like the type of strap that it's a kind of a tie-down strap. So I'm going to imagine that this customer is a motorcycle rider, Harley rider. And I think he wanted that strap. That we've done that before for another customer who rides motorcycles. We gave him 3 tie-down straps and did his whole case in Mali so he could tie it to his gear on his bike. He does these long tours. So I'm thinking that this customer probably wants to do the similar deal where he ties his case to his bike, and therefore we just included here a double rivet cinch strap on here. So it goes, you basically weave this in and go back around like this. You come back through and then you can cinch it up really tight, and it holds pretty good. So when you come through there, that double cinch right there, that cinches up really tightly, and it should hold pretty good. So I'm pretty sure that's what that's for. All right, so then here I have another hybrid. This one here is a full leather, like everything on the case is leather except the body on this and the straps. But the shoulder pads, the backpack straps are all leather right here, extra long pads. This is slate gray with black leather, saddle leather, and then red stitching on here. Look at the stitching on this. Look how beautiful that is. So that's a very elegant case. And again, this one here also has a pocket tray. Let's take a look at that. So there you guys go, and you can see the pocket tray. And this pocket tray, you know, this does come out, right? So with our cases, you can set this up. You can set this up any way you want in here. You can get all your pieces, all your parts perfectly divided. And then when you want to, you can just take the whole tray out, stick it on a table, and you've got all your stuff there. You don't have to go digging in your case. But if you do want to dig in your case, you can just leave it in there, open it up, and all your stuff is exactly where you left it. So nothing's moving. You don't actually have to dig in a pocket and root around to get to your stuff. So you can get to it very quickly, and then you just put it right back where it goes. Okay, so the next case I have here, this is a black and orange 3x6, and this one's got a big Nick D on it right there. Look at that stitching right there. We try really hard to do this embroidery really clean. High class, high quality, high stitch count embroidery. We do all our own embroidery. So that one's pretty cool. This one's got slightly larger, taller pockets on here also. And let's see if it has an orange interior as expected. And it does have an orange interior, so 3x6. So pretty cool case there. So, all right. Then I have another one here in that yellow, kind of yellow and black vein right there. So that's the same similar one as I showed you before earlier, just a smaller version. This is a 2x5 magnetic pocket, a little bit larger pockets, and this one I believe, if it's not ordered, it's then for general sale. I don't see a name on it. So that looks pretty cool. And then here I have a butterfly. Now this butterfly is interesting. So this again goes back to what I said earlier about innovation, you know, and who did what first and so on. So the whole engineering for players, I hate to harp on that, you know, because you know, I see these cases out here, and these guys are my competitors, you know, I got to say that. I mean, they build beautiful cases, but we're both competing for your money. So it's important to me that you understand out there watching that we did all these things first. I mean, almost everything that you see that these other guys did, we did it first, and we continue to do even more than they do. And here's a good example of that. This is a butterfly case, and check this out. So we put, at the customer's request, we put an extra big, extra wide shoulder pad on here on this small case. This case is actually a 2x4 case, and it's a little bit larger than our 2x4. This is about the size of our 3x6, but I'm going to show you something inside in just a moment, what we did on the case. So a couple things on the outside though real quick. Check this out. Black on black. Look how pretty that is. That's embroidered. This is a heavy-duty suede, padded. Looks pretty cool. Now, check this out. He wanted the flying Snoopy on there. He did not want the Snoopy's doghouse that he's normally flying on. He just wanted the character right there. So that came out really sweet. Look at the embroidery on that. Just take a real close look how that looks. Look at the detail in there. Now, Again, we have a one single handle right here. You'll notice there's no pockets on the outside anywhere. Everything is super clean. You look down that, it's super clean, but check this out on the inside. Now, as I said, this is a 2x4. So look here. See that small board right there? That fits one butt and two shafts here, one butt and two shafts here, and you'll notice something else. There are no flaps on here. There's nothing extra to pick up and move out of the way in order to get to the cues. They're all right here. So the way that I designed this, and you'll notice that a lot of companies, if you really go start looking, a lot of companies started adopting our version or similar versions of how we do this right here with everything offset. But you'll notice I have two flaps here, right? The shafts go in here, the butt goes right in here, and these are split right here, so it's easy to get the cue in, it's easy to get it out, but yet when everything's in, nothing touches on there. So there's nothing that can harm the cue at all. There is no metal anywhere in here. There's no zipper heads, there's no metal parts, there's no magnet pieces, there's nothing in here that could harm your cue if it gets pressed. So none of that, and there's no metal pieces that are going to press into your wood inside the case. That's very important. So the other thing you'll notice is we have a couple pouches here. These Velcro on. The customer can put his cue balls in here. He can set them anywhere he wants that's practical for him to do it. Over here on this side, we have a jump cue sleeve. Again, he can set that anywhere in here. That's practical for him to put it. And if he wants later, he can put more pockets in here. He can do whatever he wants. He can put a cell phone holder in here, put it up here. Any which way he wants to do this, he can configure this case on the inside and be comfortable with it. So when it comes to engineering, the whole, engineered by players, for players, and so on, our cases in this sense are engineered by our customers, because the customer tells us what they want and we build it. We do exactly what it is that you want us to do. We figure it out and we make it happen. So for the most part, there's very few times that we run into something that we absolutely can't do. Okay, now here, this case is beautiful, and I'm going to show you something. Look, this is a Texas, obviously a Texas A&M, I believe, the Longhorns case. So we did a really beautiful embroidery right there of the Longhorn. The case is beautiful with burnt orange and white. The font that he chose is really beautiful. But there's one thing about this case that I want to show you. We're going to build this case again because I'm not happy with it. And I'm going to show you why I'm not happy with it, and I'm going to show you what our commitment to quality is here. So I could send this case to the customer, and he probably wouldn't even notice that anything was wrong with it. But this is what's wrong with it. And it just shows you that even after all the cases we've made, we can still have a brain fart now and then. So the case is beautiful. It's got a leather, nice white leather top here. But this is the problem. There's a couple problems, but I'm going to show you the main one real quick. There is nothing inside this leather. Normally we would put something inside the leather when it's soft leather to stiffen it up, to give it a lot more durability. And you'll notice, see how flexible that is? That is not acceptable for me because it's not durable. It's not going to last. This is not going to last forever. It's not going to last dozens of years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, This is going to last maybe a year at best, with any hard use. Even with moderate use, it might only last a year. So that's the problem right there. This is just simply too flimsy right here. And my people were just eager to get it done probably, and they just forgot. They're working with a different leather that they normally don't work with, and they just got it all done, and it looks really nice and slim. See how nice that looks? But it just doesn't work. The other thing is that because it's so flimsy, it's also going to pull up with time, you see, and it's not going to hold right here like it should. So this whole piece right here is meant to hold the entire weight of the case. So when this case is full, with all the cues, 4x8 cues in here, 4 butts and 8 shafts, you're talking about like 6 to 8 pounds of cues, you know, in here, cues plus the case. And that's got to all be held right here. So when this piece right here is weak, it's going to start stretching out and stressing right here. So this case is now going to be redone, remade. You know, we're just going to make a new one probably, and this will be another case in my collection. That's how I get cases, by the way, in my collection. But that, I just wanted to show you that shows you that we're really committed. The other thing that bothers me about this case is the edging is not really done well. So you can see here, you know, the edging's kind of weird right there. That's not how I like it. That's not how we're supposed to do it. And again, you know, they're working with white, and the white chrome tan leather, it doesn't really, you know, take to edging as well as the veg tan leather does to burnish the edges. So you got to kind of play with it to get it the way it should be. And in that case, you know, they just didn't do a good job, and it looks horrible. So beyond the construction flaws that are built into that lid, the lid just itself, the edging doesn't look good. So I've decided that case will not be sent to the customer. So he's going to have to wait another week or so to get his case. I believe that we're kind of early on this one, hopefully, so it won't be that big of a deal. But, you know, I don't mind showing you guys our failures, you know, showing you our screw-ups, because we're human, just like everybody else, you know. We screw up, we have brain farts, we forget things, we do things wrong. But the thing I think that sets us apart to some of our customers, some of our competitors, is our instant willingness to fix it. You know, our willingness to own up to it and to fix it and, you know, make it right the second time. I don't want to have to make cases over, you know, and I constantly get upset. I get upset with my people. I get upset with myself when I miss details, and then I let them go ahead and build a case, and it's built perfectly, but it's just wrong because I didn't do my job and I didn't convey the right details to them that the customer conveyed to me. So, you know, I own the company. I've taught them everything they know how to do here. But even I still screw up from time to time when it comes to getting the information from the customer's head onto the shop floor and getting it done just like they want. So there you go. That's the stuff right there that we've got. The other thing that we've got here on the back wall, and all this will be going up really soon, is we've got a lot of great cases up here. Some of them have come back from SBE, so a few of these you'll have seen. Not all of them are online, but they're coming online this week. So a lot of good, nice, cool stuff going on here. We've also got a lot of great embroidery. I know I've shown that a few times, but we're going to be adding in a lot more embroidery on our designer online. We are working on being able to design butterflies online. Hopefully in the next month that'll come online. And also one other thing, when you go online, any case that you see now, any of the ruggeds, any of the hybrids, and soon all the rest of them, if you see a case that you like let's say for example, if you see this case right here and it's a 2x5, now let me explain something about how our process here as far as putting stuff online. A lot of the time we just decide to make whatever we want to make, you know, like that case, or, you know, some of these cases here with the color combinations. We just, on whimsy, we decide to make it. So we don't really have any real stock items, you know, other than black, I guess, and black and red, black with red stitching. But we don't actually make like every case in every size all the time. So what I did was I went in and I made it where if you see a case like that, for example, and online it's a 2x5, but you want that case and you want it as a 4x8, now you can just choose 4x8 and it will increase the price, or if you want to go smaller, it will decrease the price accordingly, and you can just go ahead and order it. Now, one thing to remember, if you see a case that is in stock, so let's say, for example, that case as a 2x5 is in stock and ready to ship. If you say to yourself, if you say, I want to have that case, but I want it as a 3x6, and you order it, even though the 2x5 is in stock and ready to ship, the 3x6 is not in stock. So the only things that are actually in the shop are the actual case as pictured with the actual size description on it. So you can order a case with any other size, with the same color scheme, everything on there. The only thing to remember is, again, just because you change the size doesn't mean we can instantly ship it. That case will then have to be built, and it will be typically, if you just buy like this right off the website, it'll typically be about a 4-week delivery cycle on that. But give us, say 4 to 6 weeks on those, just to give a little buffer. And we try real hard to get it done earlier as well. All right, man. I think that's it for right now. So again, thank you for watching. And this is John Barton again from JB Cases. And just remember, if you don't want to build it yourself, call us, talk to us, let us build it for you, because we do true custom cases. All right? The breadth of what we do spans anywhere from literally $50 all the way to $3,500, $4,000. Everything in between, high-end leather, nylon, everything in between. We can usually build you a case to match both your budget and your desire for custom cases. So just give us a chance, and I think we can make you happy. All right, take care now. This is John Barton, JB Cases again. Bye-bye.